16-year-old Rachelle Waterman didn't like her life, so she told her 25-year-old boyfriend to murder her mother. On November 14, 2004, an Alaska trooper got a call of a burning car with possible human remains. When the trooper got to the scene, the car was still smoldering and had human remains in the back seat. They discovered that the car hadn't crashed but had deliberately been set on fire. That same night, a call came in. A local man named Doc Waterman reported that his wife Lori was missing. Her Chrysler minivan was also gone. The burning vehicle was a Chrysler minivan, and dental records confirmed that the victim was Lori Waterman. The weekend that Lori was killed, Doc had been on a business trip, and their 16-year-old daughter, Rachelle, had been in Anchorage for a volleyball tournament. Their son, Jeffrey, had been in college on the mainland. When Doc and Rachelle arrived home, they realized that Lori was gone. There was a bottle of wine that had been left out, but Lori wasn't a drinker. Detectives found the tip of a rubber glove and fibers from a synthetic rope in the bedroom and footprints on a windowsill, all evidence that someone had broken into the house. Doc was ruled out as a suspect, and then the focus moved to Rachelle. Rachelle was dating 25-year-old Brian Riddell. The two were questioned along with a mutual friend, Jason Arendt. Rachelle and Brian made up an alibi, but Jason finally cracked and admitted that Brian was the murderer and did it because Rachelle was being abused by Lori. Brian admitted to killing Lori, but said that both him and Jason were involved and that they did it because they believed they were saving Rachelle, that she had asked them to murder her mother. The two men broke into Lori's home, tied her up, forced her to drink wine to intoxicate her to make it look like she'd been in a car accident, and put her in the backseat of her van. They drove her to an isolated spot, and Brian tried to snap her neck, but that didn't work, so he strangled her. They drove to another remote area and set her car on fire. Brian was arrested in 2004 and admitted that Rachelle had planned the attack. Rachelle eventually confessed, admitting the abuse was a lie. Brian pled guilty and received 99 years. Jason also pled guilty and received 50 years. Rachelle, after being tried twice, was convicted of criminally negligent homicide and was sentenced to only 3 years. She has since been released and has moved out of Alaska.